Elon Musk just came out on Twitter and trashed the big, beautiful bill they're trying to pass in the Senate right now. And we got the one guy in Congress who kind of agrees with him. Chip Roy is coming by from the great state of Texas to have that discussion. And wow, did it tee up just fine. As a guy who cares about the country a lot more than I care about which political party is in power, this is so far up my alley. We don't get to do a lot of Republican on Republican crime. But you got to understand, guys, as a talk radio host, I am not an activist. I don't want to be in charge of our democracy. I went to community college. I majored in Super Mario Brothers. If I'm in charge of democracy on this show, we've already lost. The good news is you can still win by having the conversation. That's the whole point of talk radio, is to inform people, is to, bargain in good faith, tell a couple of jokes, kind of bond over the shared experience we have as Americans, and maybe get back to that world I grew up in where the country mattered, man, and you were in on the joke that if you lived here, you hit the lottery. You have American privilege. American privilege. People talk about white privilege or like the 1%, but if you live in this country, you have American privilege.
When you're right, and you're right.
You live in the world's upper 1%. But you know what denigrates that American privilege? Lawmakers in Washington that don't protect the sanctity of what this is.
The government's going to jump all over your head, Jimbo.
Okay, like border security is national security, economic security is national security. We're $36 trillion in debt. Okay, like the Statue of Liberty is out in the New York Harbor. I can see it from here out the windows at Fox News headquarters. It used to have a sign that says, "Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." Now the Statue of Liberty is about to start selling feet pics on OnlyFans. I mean, we're in a bad spot.
What the hell did you just say?
And the Republicans are like, I've got it. We got to get these Democrats out of office because all they do is spend. They spend so much money. Biden was a runaway train. That's all they did was spend money. Okay, we got to get the Republicans back in there because the Republicans are going to cut spending. Yo, every single one of you. Listen, I have balls. I don't care. I married a good girl from the Midwest. You know what my fantasy life is? You buy like a McMansion with no property taxes. You just go live somewhere and get fat, and Jenny will throw something in the Traeger. I'll smoke a cigar, a J.C. Newman. Well, I like those Placencias they fed me in Cleveland last week. Those are good. Clay always buys Patrons. He's a bit of a pain in the ass, but I like his Patrons. But the point is, okay, I don't come on the radio wanting to be like right-wing strongman, MAGA, human shield, Jimmy Fallon. Guys, they're not counting on me. Okay, they look at me on TV on Saturday night. We win every Saturday night in our time slot. We kill everybody. But what do I look like? I look like an affordable male stripper. Nobody goes, that guy's going to save the party. I'm not in charge of the party. I'm in charge of the keg party. That's what I'm here to do. And I am just telling you, most Republicans, some people, Elon just gave them cover to trash the bill. Some Twitter influencers are going to follow that. And they're going to follow that because, well, if Elon's getting likes for it, I'll get likes for it. But that's the gutless society we've created. What's going to please the algorithm? Because those are my beliefs. That's what we do. I'm not kidding. Social media has broken the compass so much. I always talk about how people take pictures of their dinner and post it on Facebook. Really think about that. You post pictures of your dinner on Facebook because it became trendy and cool to post pictures of your dinner on Facebook. Fair. But imagine if you could rewind 20 years ago, what the reaction to doing that would have been. 20 years ago, if you were to take a picture of your dinner, go and get it developed, and then drive back to a group of people, strangers, and just be like, lasagna. They'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Who is this guy? They would put you in a home. They wouldn't even know what to say. But now we're like, oh, that's popular to post. I'll post a picture of my dinner. No, you're great. I'm telling you, if you fake the trend on social media, where you're like, no, everybody, the cool thing to do now is you actually take a poop in your hand. No, you do. No, they're doing it. It's trendy on TikTok. Everybody, you take a poop in your hand. You just walk around with it. If you convinced people that was trendy, within a week, you'd have 10 million people doing it. It's disgusting. No, it's not good. But they've been doing it. But like, oh, this is how you get likes now? Oh, this is where you go get likes? Let me tell you this. I give Gutfeld credit for this. We talk so much smack about each other on the air, but we supported Trump and were dunking on Democrats 5 years ago and 10 years ago. Okay, as hard as this is to imagine, like when they first put me on TV here at Fox, I was doing like Red Eye in like late 2016. I started writing on Kennedy in 2017. None of you knew who I was because I was just like a guy I'd fill in if there was like a hostage situation or somebody got a flat on the way to the studio. They'd call 33 people, and if they canceled, I'd get on. And that's fun. It's where you got to start. You got to be humble about it. But the point is, all of the positions we were taking in comedy at the time were really, really, really unpopular. Oh, God. You think about how they say, like, the podcast won the election for Donald Trump. He went on Rogan. He went on Theo Vaughn. Great. That's good. They're both good guys. Big following, super successful. God love them. But they didn't have the balls to support Trump in 2020. Heaven forbid 2016. They didn't go near the guy. Rogan was a Bernie guy. And then he's like, I evolved, COVID, blah, blah. No, he grew the balls to realize he wasn't going to be canceled and on the wrong side of the outrage mob if he supported. Oh, the coast is clear? It's where the guys who get ahead of the guys who are on the front end of the thing. All this crazy, like, right-wing jokes you tell about the left, okay, that you're all telling now, I was telling 7 or 8 years ago. Straight up, because I didn't care. Because I didn't get on here or the radio or anybody else's show or anybody else's podcast or anybody else's comedy club and be like, well, I hope this keeps me in good standing with a political party. Hope I can get some likes on Twitter for this. That's not how the world's supposed to work, okay? You're supposed to just like have a life, and we're supposed to have a shared investment in the prosperity of this country. But because they've turned politics into a team sport where it's so much more important to beat the other side, we don't really compromise for a greater good now. Whoever's in power gets called a devil here to destroy the country from within. The other side issues a unilateral opposition to everything they do. And we have mindless debate where you just get out of bed every day and mount up a digital firing squad and train all your ammo on the other side of the aisle. So right now, will the Republicans get in and break every spending promise known to man? Okay, all of their supporters just go on Twitter and, Biden had dementia. The media lied. I talk about it too. I'm not going to lie. I do just the same. But I'm writing jokes and making comments. But the point is, my biggest tweet of the week was last week tweeting about Elon Musk leaving Doge. And I was like, hey, I want to live in an America where the guy cutting the waste, fraud, and abuse stays, and the politicians profiting off the waste, fraud, and abuse go. And if millions of people are like, yeah, I'm with this fat Jimmy Fallon guy. Why not? Okay. And I don't care. I don't care if some of the Republicans, how dare you criticize the bill? Screw you. I pay your salary. Shut up. Criticize whatever I want. And that's the part of social media that really has broken the compass. Now, Elon is going to make it trendy again for a little while, and the media is probably going to go back to telling you he's a genius. The guy's a rocket scientist, right? He was a Nazi, up until about an hour ago. He was a Nazi up until last week when Cory Booker made the exact same hand gesture, only worse. And the Democrats were like, no, there's a difference here. You don't understand the way the fingers were together.
Democrats are so full of crap.
Totally. But everybody calling Elon Musk a Nazi, you don't think for a second. Oh, wow. I wasn't even looking. Hold on. I was going to go. If you don't think for a second, they're leading with this on MSNBC and CNN tonight. I just look at the monitor. Breaking news. Musk blasts Trump's agenda bill as a disgusting abomination. Look at that. I'm not even kidding. Justin, it's on the screen. I was like halfway through the sentence. I was going to go, and if you don't think they're going to be quoting this all over the network tonight, they're quoting it right now. It's so predictably stupid. Guys, seriously, you were just told this guy's the devil. Literally Hitler. But literally Hitler says the Trump bill sucks, and they're like, man of the year. We got to get to Mars.